Lakers done?
They're done. It's over. It's a wrap. It was pretty ugly looking at them last night. I actually found myself feeling sorry for LeBron because there was plenty of times, plenty of instances where he threw the ball to an open man in the corner or on the wing, and they just couldn't drain shots. And then they started off well enough, guys, and then Montrezl Harrell comes off the bench and literally just starts bullying JaVale McGee to the point where Luke Walton's calling timeouts in disgust, and LeBron just looking back at JaVale McGee and rolling his eyes in disgust and what have you. And then obviously Luke Walton tried to go small like he has done repeatedly, and once again, as it has been the case repeatedly, it hasn't worked. They're not good enough. They've completely given up as far as I'm concerned. It's over.
The Lakers are done, and they were probably done before this, but it's a testament to how many times LeBron James has been left dead in the water only to, resurrect his team's chances and wind up in the finals. I realized that was in a weaker Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
But we all assume, even after the Suns loss, you lose to Phoenix, we're still like, it's not over yet. Let's see how they do against the Clippers, right? When they were losing to the Pelicans, when AD was sitting in the fourth quarter, without AD, they were losing to the Pelicans. And you're like, still give LeBron a chance. And now finally you're like, okay. They ain't going 15-3 or whatever it is the rest of the way. But check this out. LeBron had him fourth in the West when he was loaded. When just everyone was healthy. It's not like it's a loaded team. And he was healthy. He goes down. It looks like the season's over. But another key thing happened that's being overlooked. I know his net rating wasn't good and everything. Lonzo Ball got hurt. Do you realize we said they're 5-13 because they lost the last game Lonzo played in. But really, they're 5-12 without Lonzo Ball. And his defense, and by the way, his setting up teammates, he's not shooting. He's not a great shooter, and he's not aggressive like Stephen A. said on offense as people would like. But there is something like LeVar Ball.
They're 5-12 without Lonzo. What were they with Lonzo? That's what I need to get.
They had a winning record, 25-22 or 3.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the point is, when LeBron had his whole crew there, they were fourth in the Western Conference. Then LeBron goes down, it falls apart. But you think, okay, LeBron's going to come back, but he needs a crime partner. He needs another guy, and another guy who's going to do the things he needs to do. And it is instructive to me that without Lonzo, they're 5-12, and now the season's over.
I want to be a sniper on this show, and I don't know who I should aim at first. So I'll go at Stephen A. since he's not here. I hate to say I told you. I wouldn't be that kind of guy, but I told you guys. I've been on this program, and I'll talk to Stephen A. first. Remember we talked about who will have a better record in the regular season between the Lakers and the Nuggets. Yep. I told you it would be the Nuggets, who, by the way, are jockeying for first and or second, depending on what day it is. I also told you these Lakers would not make it to the Western Conference Finals. And I named you 6 teams that I felt were better than them. And now let me look at you, Max. LeBron needs a partner in crime, and their record was so very good with Lonzo in the lineup. What about this, Mr. They were fourth in the West when LeBron got hurt? They're 21-24 when LeBron James plays basketball for the Lakers. They're 21-24. That's out of the playoffs. And lastly, LeBron James, best player in the game, needs a crime partner to get into the playoffs? Is it like that? Who's the crime partner that's playing with the Clippers? Brother, they have a better record than them.
Think about what I'm saying, who I'm saying his crime partner is. A dude who's considered a bust in the second overall pick. He needs someone to do something.
So here's what ends up happening when you play in a large market, in particular Los Angeles or New York. People put your name and your statistics on steroids. So what happens is we overinflate how well the Lakers' young talent truly has developed. And so when you look at them in a vacuum and you compare them to the teams that are better than them right now in the conference, then the Clippers, the Spurs, and the Kings, if you lined up their talent, a lot of people would say, oh, I'll take Kuzma, I'll take Ingram, I'll take Ball over the guys on the teams I just mentioned, even though those teams are better than the Los Angeles Lakers.
Allow me to chime in here for a couple of things. Number one, Jalen, I conceded a long time ago that you were right about the Denver Nuggets in terms of them having a better record in the conference. You can rub it in. I mean, enjoy your moment. It's rare, sir, but you can enjoy your moment.
I'm gonna rub it in until the season's over.
I'm not finished. Let me get to some points here. I will concede that. I'm not going to concede the point about the Western Conference Finals because I believe if LeBron James hadn't gotten hurt, remember, my mentality was you're going to get to the playoffs and the only team that's going to beat you in the postseason is going to be the Golden State Warriors. So if he hadn't gotten injured, I think we'd be having a different conversation. But it doesn't matter whether he was injured or not. The Nuggets, I believe, would have had a better record than the Los Angeles Lakers based on what I've seen in the regular season. So you're absolutely right. I'm never going to argue that point with you. Let me tell y'all what's going on with these Lakers last night. They're walking off the court. I'm right there in the arena. They're walking off the court. Everybody's getting heckled. People screaming at LeBron James. They're going off. I mean, it was not pretty. That's number one. Number two, you're hearing stuff about, they'll never talk about getting rid of Magic, and nobody wants that. But suddenly you're looking at this roster, and you've got people in the stands. Stephen A., what the hell is going on? What has Magic done? You talk to folks behind the scenes, and all of a sudden you're hearing stuff about Rob Pelinka being a liability instead of an asset. You're hearing all of this stuff. I'm talking about an absolute mess. Things have collapsed before our very eyes. It ain't pretty. And let me tell you something right now. It's going to have to be changes. It's not just going to be with the roster. It's not just going to be with the coach. I'm here predicting there's going to be some front office changes as well. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling it to you.
Well, if you're predicting it, that means that you've talked to some people. I usually read between the lines when you say something like that. Ever since I saw you talk about where LeBron was heading to Miami before anyone else.